Perhaps the elephant in the room is the issue of salaries, which has not risen proportionally with the cost of living. But according to President Uhuru Kenyatta, we should clap for him for raising our salaries. Hi everyone. There are quite a number of things that President Uhuru Kenyatta has done in the education sector, but I kind of feel that these things shall be forgotten, or rather, they are not given the credit that they deserve. Now, those are the things that I'm going to be tackling in this video. And like they say in Kiswahili, mgala muue, lakini haki yake mpe. I completed high school in the year 2004 at Kitale Boys St. Anthony's. My goodness, I became an ancestor. Now, those were the days when only 10,000 students used to join the then 7 public universities. This number was limited to the bed capacity of these universities. As expected, the cutoff to join the universities kept on rising and rising, and by the year 2004, the cutoff was a B plus of 69 points. That means 2 B pluses of 67 and 68 points were to be left out, but there was a huge public outcry that made the grade to be brought down to a B plus of 67 points for the boys and a B of 66 points for the girls. A huge relief to many students and parents then. But I want to believe that in 2005, the 2 B pluses of 67 and 68 points were actually left out, the only year that a B plus did not join the universities. If this was not frustrating and unfair, then we need to redefine these words. In 2013, the number of government-sponsored students who joined universities was 53,010. This year, 2022, that number has increased to 145,145 students, a 3 times increase in just a period of 9 years. You can imagine how much the budget of the students has increased because the government has to allocate 70,000 Kenyan shillings per student. I'm not sure whether the differentiated unit cost model took effect. Add to this the help loans offered to these students, and you realize that these amounts have increased in some insane proportions. And this is not just for the university students. The government has done tremendously well in the TVET, colleges and polytechnics, where it pays 30,000 Kenyan shillings for each student directly to the college. When it comes to the school textbooks, this is another area where the government gets very little credit. The school where I first reported had only an average of 7 chemistry books per class, with just one of them being a KLB book. But then again, the government supplied enough books, actually excess books, to schools. We only had an average of 150 students per form, but the government supplied 183 books per form. This happened across all the Kenyan schools. Additionally, students would always be kicked out of school to go and buy the set books, but nowadays, the government is applying the same to the ratio of 1:1. This again is highly incredible. Of course, the monies to do all this are slashed from another area of free day secondary education, where all learners in public schools receive government subsidy of 22,244 Kenyan shillings annually. Day school students are nowadays only required to pay an average of 4,000 Kenyan shillings to cater for the 10 a.m. tea and lunch. This has made high school education very affordable. Did I even mention the issue of the government paying for all the students the KCP and KCSE registration fees, which was about 1,000 to 6,000 Kenyan shillings respectively? This again is one of the issues that the government gets very little credit for. But perhaps the reason for all this is that the government has really increased the national debt from about 1.7 trillion Kenyan shillings to about 8 trillion Kenyan shillings currently, and an increase in the taxes levied upon us. There is also the issue of increased cost of living, and therefore Kenyans can feel that they have been relieved, yes, on one end in terms of education bills, but are now being pressed so hard in other areas. It's like a +1 - 1, which is equals to 0. Nevertheless, this does not take away the good things which Uhuru's government has done in the education sector. Conclusively, perhaps the elephant in the room is the issue of salaries, which has not risen proportionally with the cost of living. But according to President Uhuru Kenyatta, we should clap for him for raising our salaries.
Sasa jameni, msiseme mimi nimewasaidia, nimeandika walimu, mshahara niliongeza, jameni mko na insurance. Pigeni kelele kwa wale ambao watakuja, lakini mimi mnipigie makofi kwa yale nimefanya.
We shall delve into that issue of salaries in my future videos and see whether that statement is true or not. Thank you so much. I'm out.